So first and foremost, we've officially hit 1,000 subscribers, and I honestly can't thank you guys enough. This is way more than I'd ever hoped to achieve with this channel, and I'm extremely grateful for all of the amazing support that I've received over my time on YouTube. Now, the other thing I want to talk about before we get started here quickly is a suggestion I've gotten a lot that I didn't want to do until we hit 1,000 subscribers, and that is subscriber hunts. I think I want to do them like once a month, and I'm going to have all the details on how you can sign up for that and how that'll work down in the comments. So without further ado, let's get started with the questions. Alright, so we'll start off with a good one. Why did you actually start doing YouTube? So I actually started YouTube shortly before the new turkey models came out, and I had actually just come off of a turkey grind, so I decided it might be cool if I tried to do a turkey guide. Now, that video went a little differently than I had expected it to. And after that video, I had actually decided that I probably didn't want to keep doing YouTube, but for some reason I went back on that, and I went and I did a few more videos, and I mean the rest is history. I just kind of kept going. It kind of became a little COVID hobby for me, and I just kept gaining traction, and I just kept going to the point where I am today. So I'm super happy that I went back on that decision, because I decided that it wasn't my thing, and that I didn't really want to continue with the channel. But I decided to, and it's gone well, and I honestly wouldn't change a thing. Do I have a pet? I do actually, and I think that answers the other part of the question as well. What's your favorite game aside from Classic? If I had to pick one, I'd probably go with a little game called Stardew Valley, and it's a great little multiplayer co-op game. It's a great game if you really like to see your progress. The thing that's great about it though is it's got its own little charm. Like it really does take your heart. The story isn't anything special, but just the way the game is, you quickly get really attached to it. If you haven't seen anything about it or haven't played it, I greatly recommend looking into it, giving it a play. One of my favorite games ever. Really well done. What are your goals / plans for YouTube in 2021? So we've actually already hit all of our 2021 goals that I had set, obviously the big one being 1,000 subscribers. As for plans, I've got a few series laying around that I'm still looking to release. But for the most part, I don't really have any long-term goals. I don't really have a regiment for the channel yet. I'm kind of working on it, but I think it's safe to say that 2021 is going to be a big year for this channel. If you were a kitchen appliance, which one would you be, and why? I'd have to go with an oven. Pretty damn useful, but if you leave me unattended for too long, I'm probably going to burn your house down. Do you ever plan on playing other games? So as of right now, I actually don't have any immediate intention of playing anything else on the channel. All of the other hunting games that are currently popular aren't really something I could see myself enjoying recording or playing. That being said, I have been keeping an eye out for new hunting games and new opportunities to expand the channel, but as of right now, there just don't seem to be any good candidates on my radar. Which country would you like to visit for hunting? So unfortunately, my answer for this one isn't very interesting. Like most people, the idea of going to a country like South Africa and hunting down there is kind of like a dream come true. Honestly, just with the plethora of animals down there, just to experience it would be amazing. I've always found like the antelope species and like the sable and all that to be really fascinating. So that's kind of my thing, my dream hunt. But all the North American animals, like the only reason that I don't choose a different country is because I'm so grateful to be in Canada where we have like some of the best North American hunting in the world. It really is amazing up here. Like, you could ask me an area in Canada, because Canada is such a large country, we have so many different areas and regions that have different species. I've always thought that like a caribou hunt up north would be amazing. I personally don't have well, I do have caribou, but they're highly protected. There's like 7 of them in my area. So unfortunately that's not possible in my province, but maybe someday I'll be able to go up north, or even out east they have caribou as well. And maybe get a big bull. But that's my answer to that question. Do you plan on making any IRL hunting videos this year? So I actually plan on doing a spot and stock black bear bow hunt this spring, and I've actually never killed a big game animal with my bow. Normally I would take them out with a rifle, so this will be like a big thing for me, a big time first. Now, I don't actually know what I'm going to do with that footage yet, or how that's going to look, but I'm almost guaranteeing it'll end up on this channel. So that's something you guys can be looking forward to somewhere around May or June. If you could magically become famous, would you want to? So I've always been a bit of an introvert, so the idea of having a bunch of attention drawn to me isn't exactly appealing. I've always just kind of kept to myself and been happy that way. I do enjoy being well known within the hunter community though, Just being able to connect with people over my content is always a nice experience. As for like full-scale fame though, I don't really think that's my thing. I don't think I'd handle it well, just kind of the way I am. Attention isn't my thing. I get annoyed with people fairly quickly if I'm not given my space. So that's my feelings on that. Do you hunt IRL? And if so, how do you hunt it? What do you hunt? And what weapon? So I'm going to try to keep this one somewhat short and on topic, because this is one that I could ramble on about for like 10 minutes. So as I mentioned earlier, bear hunting in the spring is something I do every year. Normally I do that hunt with my 270, which is the only rifle I hunt with. This year I'm going to try to do it with my bow, spot and stock style, which will be interesting. Now I also try to get a whitetail every year with my 270. Doesn't always happen, but I do my best. As for other tags, the system here in Alberta is a little bit interesting, is the term that I'll use. So basically, for any decent zones for said species is usually a pretty absurd wait time, for a rifle tag that is. Now, if you're an archery hunter, you can get most of these tags over the counter, which is why archery hunting in Alberta is definitely advantageous, which is why I want to get into it. So this fall I can actually get my bull moose tag, which is a 6-year draw, so I've been waiting a little bit. 6 years for my bull moose rifle tag. So that'll be good. Now I'm also going to try to get an elk with my bow this fall, assuming that the bear hunt goes well. So I've got a lot of plans for IRL hunting. We'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys updated on that for sure. But for now, yeah, I've got lots of plans. Should be good. Should be good. Do you see yourself being on YouTube for a long time? So there's a lot of factors to this one. Obviously, I'm 17, I'm still quite young. There's a lot of progression left in my life. I don't really know what direction that'll take me yet, and I don't know what effects that might have on this channel. Now, obviously, as of right now, I have no intents on stopping anytime soon, so hopefully that stays that way. And like, that's not even factoring in what YouTube pays me. If I need to keep working a part-time job, that affects my upload schedule. There's a lot of factors that are kind of an issue with maintaining this channel. But obviously, I'll do my best to keep it going, and as of right now, I have no intent on stopping anytime soon. Have you ever considered a face cam? So I do have my GoPro that I can use as a face cam, but as of right now, I don't actually have a proper mount for it. So to do it right, I don't actually have the resources. As for actually considering doing it, I'm still kind of considering it. I'm not sure if I want to yet. For streams, it'd probably be nice. I don't know if I'd want to do it for videos. So it's still an idea that's bumping around in my head. I certainly could do it, and it's certainly on the table, but I haven't made a clear decision yet. So we'll see. It'll maybe happen. That's my answer. It'll maybe happen. Is it hard to stay motivated or to keep thinking of new video ideas? In a game as broad and complex as Classic, coming up with video ideas really isn't an issue. I have a huge list of video ideas, and at the rate that I get suggestions, I'm probably adding to that list more often than I'm taking things off of it. As for motivation, I just look at the success that I've had on past videos, the support I've received, and just watching the community kind of piece together. It really is an amazing feeling, and that's what motivates me, and it makes this gig pretty damn sweet. Did you ever expect to get where you are now with your YouTube channel? To put it simply, no, not at all. It started out as just a little thing that I was doing for fun, and then it ended up evolving into something so much bigger than that, and I'm amazed that any of it was even possible in the first place. Whose style inspires you the most? So when I first started taking YouTube seriously, I watched a lot of Who Cares and I watched a lot of Flinter, and I tried to take the things that I liked the best from their content and put my own spin on it. Since then, I've kind of evolved into my own sort of style that I'm happy with and enjoy. But as for creators that I look up to, Who Cares and Flinter are definitely among the best, and I would definitely recommend those two channels. Alright, so that's the end of our little Q&A. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit late with it due to life things, but I got it out. It's done. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys hopefully very soon.